What's the worst kind of rain? February rain. It is so wet out here. It's been pouring rain, the ground is still frozen. The water has nowhere to go but in puddles and lakes all over my yard. But that's okay, it's time to tap some trees. I already got a few tapped the other day, and I got a few buckets put out here. You can see 5-gallon buckets. This one's full. These metal ones are full. These are 2 gallons each. And look at that sap. Look at it running today. I had no idea it would even be running today. It's been so warm out. Hasn't dropped below freezing at night, so I didn't think we'd get much, but look at that. It just keeps on cranking. Now this is about 2 days worth, 2.5 days worth. We tapped these on Sunday, it's Tuesday, so that bucket's full. So we got 5 gallons there. That one over there's got about 4 gallons in it. We got 4 here, so we got quite a bit of sap. But we're gonna start here, getting all our trees tapped. We've got, I have 150 taps. This is just our backyard. We started just to see how the stuff would start running. Look at that steam coming off the snow out there in the field way back there. Got a few trees out in this pasture on the side over here. So we'll get those tapped. I've got maybe 4 or 5 trees out there. I've got a few more in the yard, and then we'll start to get back out into what we have named the maple forest, or sugar bush as many call it. And that's where all the main bunch of our taps will go. So because we are still short on buckets, I don't think I'm going to have enough. I'm going to take these bigger buckets and put those out on the furthest away taps. And then we're going to switch out these milk jugs out here in the backyard, because I'll be coming out here all the time, and I can grab these milk jugs and take them right back to the evaporator, empty them more frequently, whereas the bigger buckets, they can stay longer, so I can empty those maybe twice a day once it's really flowing. So let's get these switched out. So all I do with these milk jugs is we'll just put a hole on the side about right here. That allows me to still take the cap off and pour it without all the sap coming out. I may actually try to put it right here. It's probably the best place for them. And then we'll tie these to the tree with the rope, and that'll keep them from spilling and blowing away and things like that. This is all stuff I had from last year. All right, there we go. Freeze up this bucket to take it somewhere else. Let's see what we've got in here. Look at that beautiful, crystal clear maple sap. That's great. I'm out in the side field closest to the house. Should be interesting. My battery died, so I had to go back and get a new battery for my drill. That's the target. The other one had some dry ground next to it. That one out there is on a little island. There's the rest of my buckets way over there. And here's the one we got to tap. So I've gone over all this in other videos, but when you're tapping the trees, basically you just get a little bit of an angle, usually on the south side of the tree. I don't know, about waist high or something like that. gotta walk through all that water again to get another battery. Dang it. I'm using these blue taps from Amazon. These work pretty good. And I've got some of this blue tubing. Put these buckets on an angle so the rain runs off of the lid. And that's a tapped tree. Okay. Hey, there's my tape measure. Just falling off on the way out here. This is another maple here, but that's too small. I got all these marked from the fall. It's real easy to identify maples when you have leaves. So you'll see the M's there and there. And there's a real faint one on that one. There's my island of buckets. How to get to them is the next question. Oh! It's getting wet. Alright, I think I have two more to do out here in this field. Gotta get another battery for my drill. What a mess. We'll get in them though, a little bit at a time. As the SSO family mom and kids wash the buckets inside, I bring them out and getting a hole drilled in the lid so they're ready to go out into the field. And I've got a bunch of hose cut here. I'm just cutting a bunch of it to length, taking it out in batches, and fill my pockets full of taps. And I got a hammer on my leg and a drill hanging from my waist, and it's like a circus. Take all this stuff out, walk around. I really don't have a vehicle or anything that can get out through all this mud and water, so it's on foot. Alright, I have made it out to the main forest here. Got some pretty good size maples out here, and a lot more water everywhere. The whole forest is covered in water. Just great. But I got one tapped over there, and I've got this big one to do. This one here in front of me, and I think there's another one just beyond me there, and a couple more over here. So we've got a lot of taps to put in out in this area. And then the main part, you see all those tall trees over there? That is the big part of the sugar bush, or the maple forest we call it. That is every single one of those trees over there is maples. So that's going to be where most of the taps will end up. Probably tomorrow. So normally trees like this, I put the taps between a large root that's at the bottom and a large branch that's branching out at the top. Usually also on the south side, which is this side over here, is the best. But I like to, sometimes I can't resist. This branch right here is almost like another tree growing off the side of this thing, and so I figured there'll be a decent amount of sap running up to that, so I tapped this on the north side of the tree over here, and then I've got another one on the south side of the tree over there. So we'll see how well this one does. I also can put a third tap in this tree because this is over 28 inches in diameter, so I may toss another one in right over here above this root somewhere right there and go into the same bucket. So, well, I am officially wet, out of taps and hoses, and I'm quite a bit of ways away from the house, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's getting dark. Get in before the coyotes come out. But I'll be out tomorrow morning. Take you along. Lots more trees to tap. Got about 20 taps in today. Got about 120 more to go. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.